Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie, and today we're doing a continuation of my collaboration with Jessica from the Waldock Way, Abby from Rooted in Rest, and lots of other homeschool moms are sharing on this open collaboration, just talking about lots of different things to do with homeschooling. And what I love about that is us sharing our perspectives allows other people to pick and choose what works best for them. And that is so exciting because there are no perfect right answers to fit everybody's homeschool. So I'm super excited about that. As my title suggests, I'm coming from a very specific angle, if you will, the umbrella of autism and special needs and what that has done. But I wanted to share that I was really excited to learn after 3 years of kind of banging my head about how to make a successful day of homeschool. It has been working really well with my typical girls as well. So I have an autistic boy who's 12 years old, and then I have two typical developing children, two girls, 10 and 9. And so this is my 5 tips for a successful homeschool day. So the first one is one that I am pretty sure you're going to hear over and over again, but I'm going to come at it from a different angle. So my first tip is plan ahead. And for my version of plan ahead, my son, is to plan with ultimate flexibility in mind. So what do I mean by that? So for instance, and I don't know how many of you are like this, but in a lot of videos I've seen a lot of people talk about getting enough rest, getting enough sleep, and that isn't actually an option for me. And people are like, oh, sure you can and whatever, but with autistic children, at least mine for sure, they can have difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. So my sleep schedule, I average going to bed at 1 a.m. in the morning. Would I love to be able to go to bed a lot earlier? Oh, you betcha. But that is not the season in life that I am in. And so I need to be able to make adjustments for our day depending on how good or bad our day is. So planning ahead for me is big blocks of time. So if a curriculum tells me that we should be able to do this curriculum in 4 weeks, I automatically say 6 weeks. That allows for at least 2 weeks, should we not sleep very well, to take it a little bit more easy and relaxed pace. So the other thing that I do is our schedule is the same thing. Now I've shared a video, I'll put it down below in the description box, but I made a video of our morning routine specifically talking about lack of sleep and how we get our morning started. And I promise you, I am not one of those people who wakes up at 5 a.m. and doesn't go to bed until 1. I can't do it. I need lots of sleep, and if I don't get it, oh, the world falls apart. It just does. So for me, my successful homeschool day requires a lot of flexibility. So number 2, pick curriculums that offer the most flexibility. Do you see a theme happening here? So for me, I have chosen a couple of different curriculums specifically that allows me to do that. So for the main bulk of our homeschool, I have chosen Gather Round Homeschool because it allows me to have a firm foundation and I can build or take away as I see fit depending on a lot of factors, but the main one that I mentioned before. So I will put a link down below to Gather Round and one of my reviews of that. But I'm so excited because once I found this curriculum, I was thrilled. And so with the girls, I do tons of extra add-ons and stuff like that. And then with Darian, I trim it back. And so it's wonderful to be able to have that flexibility. Number 3 is be flexible with yourself. This one I found probably one of the hardest things to do, because I have all of these fun, awesome things that we can do, and I'm so excited. And the schedule says this, and this is when we're supposed to do this, and we're not doing it at this time. And I had to learn that being really rigid or trying to follow that rigid schedule, or going, okay, we can't do this on a weekend because it's a school thing and so I have to do it, and forcing it usually made everyone miserable, including myself. So if your children are, squirrels, like they just are focused on everything but the schoolwork, then maybe that's the day where we go, okay, we're not going to be able to do the fun activity today. I'll move it down to Friday, Fun Friday, or I'm going to move it to a day where they're really focused and they're doing their work really well. For Darian, I have to completely be flexible to what he is willing to do and what he's not. If he has a tooth bothering him, that's, he's taking a butter knife to try and get out of his mouth, that's not the day that we do tons of pages from math and school. So the next one is, I'm looking at my notes, sorry guys. Write down what you accomplish in the day, not what you were supposed to have done. So I think they call this backwards planning. So I have a general idea of what I want to do on my computer. So if there's extra things that we want to do, videos, YouTube videos, we want to, just bulk up the lesson a little bit, have more visual, because my girls are very visual people. If we don't get that done, I just don't write it down. And then there's not this list that I'm supposed to be checking off and I'm failing at all the time. There were days where we were doing lessons and we didn't get it done, and I was completely okay with that. One day, when we come back to this curriculum in like 4 years time, we'll be able to get into even deeper, even is the wrong word, but we will be able to get even deeper into it. And so I don't feel like I'm stressed out because this is the only time we're going to cover this section or whatever. So that is a main thing for me, is even for Darian, my special needs little guy, same deal. If I write down what we accomplished, even if it's a puzzle, even if it's, we went for a walk today, we took him to a store, all of those things I write down because those are life lessons for my autistic child. And it's really important that I see value in it, not just pages and page numbers and how far behind I am or whatever. There's nobody keeping track except me, so I can dictate to my schedule what I feel is of value. Number 5 is incentives. So for my Darian, candy. I have tried numerous ways to motivate him in other ways, and it just doesn't work. So I was at that place where I'm like, I either teach him to read or I make sure he has no candy. And I decided to try and mitigate as much candy as possible, but at the same time use that incentive that he has to benefit him in other ways as well. For my girls, and I'm going to, I don't know if I can find the video because she makes videos all the time, but, and I'm going to forget her name now. Angela. I remembered it. Angela from This Gathered Nest was talking about homeschool and an incentive that she had with her kids, and I thought it was brilliant. And it's talking about the fruits of the Spirit. Our family are Christians, and so we really want to put value on developing skills that will get them through the world, but also help them grow as people and in their knowledge and beliefs in Jesus. And one of the ways to do that is really teach them about the fruits of the Spirit. So every time, not every time, sometimes, but as often as I see it, if I see them or my husband sees them, acting on a fruits of the spirit, so practicing peace with their sibling, practicing self-control, and focusing on their schoolwork. Any of those sorts of ideas, I see them being joyful even though they're not feeling that. Like, all of those fruits of the spirit are things that I want to encourage in my children, and that's what they get tokens for. And it's amazing how much or how many times it has been a big deal. They're fighting with each other, and I just ask them, girls, are you using the fruits of your spirit with your sister? Are you using the fruits of the spirit with your sister right now? And often they're like, no. And I'm like, how can you practice that with your sister in this situation, in this thing that is driving you crazy? And Nara gets frustrated because something isn't working out for her at, whether it's schoolwork or drawing or whatever. And I'll ask her, I'm like, are you practicing the fruits of the spirit? Because she just gets all rigid. And I go, it's self-control is one of those things that isn't, as common as should be. And so it's really a lovely way of, instead of doing, okay, you did your chores today, here's a token or whatever. At the end of the year or the end of the term, we count how many tokens we have, and then we have a list of different things that tokens are worth. So one might be a date with mom and dad, one might be something else, ice cream treat, movie night, eating out, whatever works for your family. But I just love the way that changes the tone of our homeschool day. And it's not just me, going, better. They are the ones going, okay, maybe I need to change and adjust how I'm going to respond in this. Now, again, it is a complete work in progress. Some days we have it all falling apart, but by and large it is one of those things that has worked really, really well, and I'm super excited about how it has worked. But being flexible has been a game changer for me. I had 3 years where I was banging my head against the proverbial wall, trying to just do what I thought I was supposed to do. And I just really encourage everyone who is watching, thank you by the way, to really see where you can implement flexibility so that your spirit can be relaxed. And I've really enjoyed this year so far. It's only been a month and a bit since we've been into it, but I've really enjoyed the fact that the flexibility has allowed me to breathe easier and look forward to the days instead of dread them because I still haven't gotten this done or that done and this done. And the great thing is once I did that and then I started writing what we accomplished, I'm amazed. I'm amazed at how much we've gotten done. And I was looking through pictures that I took of the whole, month and a half, and I was amazed by the quality and the amount of stuff that we did, the crafts that we did, the videos that we watched, all to do with, the schoolwork that we were doing. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been helpful and encouraging. And if you can take some of these ideas and implement, I am so thankful to have shared it with you. May you guys be blessed in your homeschool days. I just love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.